welcome and good evening to Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms. This is Raph streaming to you live high above the keep in the hot air balloon for our 95th episode of Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms, a very special episode for us here tonight. I have, of course, with me, as always, operating the hot air balloon, Neindorf. How you doing?
I'm pumped up. That music always gets me going, especially on a launch night like this.
Yeah, very good, very good. We have Delay, an ADFK lifer, and a combat tester for us. Delay, how you doing tonight? All right, Delay, we will catch you back up when your mic is going and rolling. We could not hear you if you were chatting. And of course, we have the man, the myth, the legend, the chief executive intern, Sticks
Oh,
intern. How you doing?
oh, I am doing good. I gotta echo Neindorf. I love the hard rock remix of the DFK music for that intro, and it gets me hyped. I was listening to it on the YouTube just now. Really excited for what we're doing tonight, though.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so excited to have you on. Thanks for switching your kind of. We were gonna go on Wednesday. Can't tell why we can't go on Wednesday, but we're going on Tuesday instead, and we're really excited for all of our friends out there who are watching this live. We're gonna go through some game battle demos, and then starting right now, or maybe we'll even go back in the logs a little bit. We're going to do a leaderboard competition tonight. And so I'll show the prizes up on screen in a little bit, but we're going to give away three Gen 1 10 out of 10s. We're going to give away some packs to play, some free credits for the game, some site time for the game. And if we can get 20 people to play the game tonight, that's 20 different users to play the game tonight, we will also give away a Greater Stone. And so we are going to do scoring based on your total score of the dungeon. So you'll get points for how well you score. So we're going to track this now. So play along at home while we're going. You can find us at adfk.app. And so this is on our website, and it's in the Adventures Arcade, and we're going to be taking people through step by step how you sign up, how you play. And if you complete the player versus environment section, get through the combat demo, and get through the forest challenge, you are entered into this raffle. So we're going to be streaming for now 2 hours. We're going to be going till like 10:30 p.m. It's going to be a long one. We're going to be tracking that, and if you complete, you will get an entry, and then based on how good your score is, you will get more entries into this raffle. Again, if we can get 20 people, we will give away a Greater Stone, courtesy of Bolon and Sachet. We have a bit of a treasure chest, don't we, Neindorf?
That's right. Yeah, we asked for some items to give away, and we weren't sure, how it would go. So we asked for, I don't know, some big items, I would say, and they came through. They gave us some pretty solid items.
Yeah, so let's we want to get actually some feedback from the community and from our esteemed panelists on the items that we're going to give away. But first, let's probably just jump into the basics. Neindorf, why did we create this game? And then we'll go into the basics of what we are providing with the game that we created.
Yeah, so I think one of the big things for us about our time in DFK, and it's been like 2 years now, which is crazy, but it's been, there's been various aspects of what brings us here, but one of them honestly has been, learning and fun. And I think us building this game was kind of a mix of those two I think for both of us actually. We're both learning new skills that don't necessarily just apply to DFK, but we're also having fun while we do it, and we couldn't find a better project to do it for than DFK. So I mean, yeah, here we are.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think that's been a something that we've held near and dear to our heart the whole time, is making sure that we're learning and having fun. That way, if this disappeared tomorrow, we wouldn't feel like it was a waste of time. I'm proud of what we've done. So, all right, diving into Adventures Arcade here, we have a couple different options. Neindorf. Um, in the arcade homepage, we have story mode, we have player versus environment, and we have a teaser for player versus player as well. So, what are
That's
the
right.
help us understand the game modes?
Yeah, absolutely. So for us, we wanted to separate. Um, our storyline, which is kind of more of us telling our own version of lore that we hope that lives within the DFK realm. We're not trying to kind of, kind of invent a side world or anything like that, but we have some characters that we want to have some fun with. We have the land, and we have some, some fun ways that we want to take that. So story mode's kind of our take on it, and it's going to be, hopefully we keep going for a while. We get some seasons through here where we can kind of take you through the characters that we've kind of started creating.
Now, Sticks.
That's kind of the whole point.
Now, Sticks, you call this the GCU, right?
Yes, yes. That's the Gaia's community-driven universe, and that's a community-driven is a hyphenated term, just so I can
Nice.
stick with the MCU, branding. But yeah,
Right.
it's the GCU. It's us. We are just building the expanded universe, and this is the most significant entry into the GCU to date. And I hope it's not the last. I'm looking forward to advancing through the story mode and everything else. You guys I saw the little preview teaser that Raph did the other night with or not with ADFK. You are ADFK with ALP, and I'm just really excited to hop into this, but both the story and the dungeon crawler modes.
We love our acronyms here. Yeah, you've been leading the charge and holding the banner up for the GCU. So I wanted to give you a shout out there. All right, so Neindorf, outside of story mode, we then have PvE, and how is that different from story mode? Because in story mode, you're playing the environment too, in effect.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. So the big difference, in my opinion, is story mode is going to have that plot line that's going to carry on from episode or chapter to chapter, and then hopefully across the seasons as we get further along. PvE is kind of more going to have a standalone dungeon that you can crawl, and on top of that, we want to make it so that you can wager some crystal and earn some of those raffle tickets to get some of those really cool items. So that's kind of the big hit on PvE, and for us, it's kind of like that's something that was missing again after we lost our other community, our one of our favorite games, Fight Club. We kind of wanted to bring back that opportunity for an off season people to still go out there and earn raffle tickets in case they don't have any and they see that juicy prize out there. So it's kind of a nice mix of, a standalone, hopefully it's a 5-minute dungeon crawl, and then you can also have, some crystal and earn some raffle tickets for your efforts as well. And I think this is probably the one that we will specifically look to continue to enhance for leaderboards as well. Where, as we make more dungeons and we get more complicated, traps, systems, other fun things that we can build into it that we have planned. I think you're going to see the turn counts that it takes people to get through these kind of vary drastically, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, so I believe Delay's mic is working now. Delay, you've been in our beta testing, hard at work, giving us great feedback on the game. So you've done some PvE. Give us your kind of initial first thoughts into this.
Okay, can you hear me first off?
Oh, you're coming in a little muffled and muted. We can kind of hear you.
Okay. I'm sorry, I got my headphones on and that's my mic right now.
All right,
Can
well,
you hear me now?
talk
If
loud.
you're underwater, that's
Maybe,
So,
could you rejoin from your phone from before? That
yeah,
was
will do.
coming in loud and clear.
Okay, will do.
All right, awesome. While Delay is rejoining, Neindorf, we also have our teaser into PvP, and how awesome
That's
is
right.
that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we want to take kind of the same system that we're currently about to show and that we're launching today, and the games that you'll see, you've got your heroes on one side and you've got the enemy on the other. Well, we've got some pretty good plans in the works to swap that other team out with another player's heroes, and I don't know if some of them are more maybe dedicated or history listeners will find, if you go way back when, we kind of had perhaps a bit of a tournament system that we were trying to get off the ground for Fight Club, and that code hasn't been thrown away. So we've got ideas on some player versus player, arcade games here, and then leading up to some tournaments in the future once we get some more things built out. I think that's going to be a really cool way for us to have some of these events like this where we can get community, in, have some real quick games, some intense rock paper scissors style action, and I think it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, and if you are following along at home on chat, I dropped a link to our battle guide, which will you just implement it in game as well. But for
Yeah,
people who want to kind of read ahead and understand how this game works, I think talking about the attack system now, you gave us a nice segue into it by talking about PvP, because we feel like this is a battle system that works for PvE and it'll really shine when it comes to PvP. And so it is a weighted game of rock, paper, scissors where you have three attack styles: reckless, calculated, and brutal. Reckless is a combination of your luck and agility scores, calculated is your intelligence and wisdom, and brutal is a combination of your strength and dexterity. And so you get to choose each one of these. And brute beats reckless, reckless beats calculated, and calculated beats brute. And so that's kind of that rock, paper, scissors style. And so whoever wins the match, it wins the rock, paper, scissors, the sum of their stats is dealt in damage. Now, if it's a tie, though the stats are summed together and divided in half, and each player gets impacted by the tie. And then, of course, to round things out, vitality and endurance play into the overall health of a hero. Once again, harkening back to the Fight Club days, one of the things that we wrestled with as we were building a game there is how do you keep the game balanced at higher levels? And if you don't know, vitality is an exponential curve with how it increases, and that's going to create some unique challenges for how the team plans on tackling that. I have no idea how they're going to tackle it. I've asked Hubert that before. And he kind of jokingly said, "Well, if you guys figure it out, let us know what you do." I think, all joking aside, I think they're going to use equipment to work on that, and I think that's a smart solution. And also, there's nothing to say that the skills that Wisdom Labs is developing can't play into solving that as well. So that's the basic of our battle mechanics, and it sounds quite simple: rock, paper, and scissors. And when you add the element of it being both weighted and visible to what your opponent can do, I believe that it's going to create a mind game environment that's going to be a lot of fun. And so when you're doing PvP in the future, you're going to know that your opponent's best attack is calculated, and he knows that you know, and he knows that you know that he knows. And so it kind of creates this mind game effect where it's like, okay, what are you going to choose? Are you going to play the long game and try to play something off base or out of your strength because they won't predict that? And so we're hoping that creates a lot of fun battles and something that eventually can become streamable content out there. We think that's a big, we keep going back to community being a big part of the game, whether it's a tournament system or whatever it is. We want this game to be fun and streamable, so you can brag to your friends about taking your heroes through a dungeon and kicking butt.
Yeah, that's a great point. And maybe there's some more, not to really hard segue here, but there might be some more elements here on screen if you're going through. Maybe we ought to maybe run through real quick too. If you want to go back a screen, perhaps. I think another cool feature. See, I see you entering in hero IDs, right?
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to save off any teams, perhaps?
I have not, but I saw this feature, a create a team feature. So yeah, walk us through that. You punch in your team name.
That's right. Yep. And you're basically, it's as simple as it sounds. Basically, this page here would drop down, would populate with your teams, and then it's just a quick selector. And now keep in mind too that when you save a team, you can save a team with 1, 2, or 3 heroes in it. And some dungeons in the future might be limited to a single hero, and so this will kind of auto filter out your teams, that don't meet the requirements. But the ones that we have currently implemented, for example, the PvE ones we're about to show or play, can have 1, 2, or 3 heroes. So you'll be fine in either, any setup you can come up with. Something I do say is, I think it's going to be fun to name your teams. Give them fun names, right? Hopefully keep it PG. But I get it. Everybody has their style. And then we don't have this implemented yet, but I really want the team name to show up in game above your heroes. I just think that's kind of a cool way to tie it all home.
All right, Team Good Guys has been created now. I'm doing all level 1s right now. You can tell us
Oh.
about how you have the enemies balanced to level.
Yeah. So basically, what we do is we look at the spread of the heroes that you bring in. Say you bring in a level 1, a 2, and a 3. So we basically see... Oh, you had to type that name. That's hilarious. Um, you type 1, 2, and 3, and now I lost my train of thought. That's great. Uh, and then what we basically do is say there are 9 enemies in the dungeon. We're
Oh,
gonna
I
on
gotta
average.
stream. I gotta stream what Styx is doing. This is way funnier than what I'm doing. So let me
Oh,
switch over.
yeah. I was like, I feel like Nightdoor's watching me. Not you.
Oh, I'm totally watching your
You're like,
screen. Sorry, I got YouTube up, and I've
yeah.
got
All good.
his up too. That's great. Uh,
Just for context, this was the name of my like go-to Call of Duty weapon kit in every Call of Duty game I've played. Is
Prestige.
what
Worldwide,
I assume will be on-
worldwide.
Yeah.
uh, but yeah. So if you've got 1, 2, and 3 as your levels, and there's 9 enemies, you're gonna expect 3 of those enemies are gonna be level 1, 3 are gonna be level 2, and 3 will be level 3. Now the fun part about this is it's randomized. You might get unlucky and walk into a room that has 3 level 3s. And if one of those happens to be a boss, well, you're even more unlucky. So that's kind of where some of the variability and the replayability of this game come in. And so, you might play the one time and just get wrecked, and it's just like, what happened? It's like, well, you got a level 3 boss, and that was better than any of your heroes. So that's kind of how the level plays out. And then I will say too, we have multiple categories of enemies. We've got regular enemies, mini bosses, and bosses. And a lot of it has to do with HP scaling, like you kind of hit on earlier, Raph. It's, a regular enemy only has I think it's 20% of the HP that they would normally have according to our formula. And, mini bosses are more, and obviously then bosses are more like a real hero. And we have modifiers in our configurations that we can change all of these things too. So it's, we're going to make some particular bosses extraordinarily difficult in the future, I would say. I'm envisioning. I was talking with Skillet, one of our other devs, today at lunch, and we kind of wanted to do one of these. It's like a really long linear dungeon, and we hope you never get to the end of it. Or actually, no, you will never get to the end of it. But we want to see how far people can get.
You guys just dream up very evil things.
Oh, absolutely.
No, I like that. I like that idea. It's the never-ending story.
Right.
That's awesome.
And someone will be like, dude, I made it to room 30. And we're like, yeah, there's 100.
So
All
it's
right.
like zombies, kind of, right? The Nazi
Yes.
zombies
Yeah.
from Call of Duty. You're just going up.
Oh,
Just go, keep going forever.
great game.
Yeah.
Great game.
Let's bounce over to Delay. Are you back up and running?
I sure hope so. Third time's a
Excellent.
charm.
Third time's
Oh,
a charm.
perfect.
Wonderful. All right, so give us some feedback on, you've been beta testing for us. You played the product when it was even rougher than it is now. What do you think so far?
I've really enjoyed it. Started off with the story mode, and I just loved the visual walk through your GCU. And then I have been playing some PvE, the Forest Challenge, and at first I just didn't know what the heck I was doing. I didn't read any instructions. But then when I listened to your podcast with Mr. Jazz Hands, that was enlightening. And then I knew what I was doing, and I didn't die.
Yeah, dying is a big part of this, right, Neindorf?
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's a good point, too. So, at the end of a dungeon, once you get through it, we have a score that we calculate that's kind of based on those par numbers that we were talking about, or we could see on screen at least. I don't remember if we talked about them this time, but a hero dying definitely takes a pretty solid hit to it. I don't remember the number offhand. We've kind of tweaked it over time. It's 10 or 15% hit to your score for each hero that you lose. So, keep that in mind. Death is painful.
That was very steep. I've got a couple team setups. Do you think should I launch into the demo? I have the Forest Challenge grayed out. I assume that's because I haven't played the demo,
That's right. Yeah, launch into
That's
the
right.
demo, and that is actually a perfect time for me to kind of re-intro here. We have 25 viewers right now. That is amazing. Thank you for everyone who has joined here recently. Go ahead and join the demo, and then as you're kind of navigating through it, I'm going to walk everyone through again what our challenge is for the evening. So once you create a team or create an account, set up a team, you will automatically get 5 credits loaded onto your account, right, Neindorf?
That's
so
correct.
Everyone can play the first 5 times for free. That's on us. After that, it's a quarter per credit that can be paid in crystal. And so when you're doing the PvE, you have to complete the demo first, and then you can go to the Forest Challenge next. And so if we can get 20 people, we have 25 viewers right now. If we can get 20 people through the Forest Dungeon tonight, we will give away a Greater Stone. I think it's going to be a Greater Fortune Stone is what we talked about. And so we'll give that away to people that can complete the dungeon, and then you will get more entries into the Wheel of Names based on your score of the dungeons. We're going to do some kind of live leaderboard tracking. And this is to prepare us for an even bigger giveaway that we are going to do next week, where we're probably going to put next week, if we can get another 20 people at least, or maybe we'll even up it to, like, if we get 30 people, we'll do 2 Greater Stones, something like that. So, yeah, really, really excited about that.
Yeah, just a quick stats update here. It looks like we got double-digit people who have active games, so I'm excited to see this. Like, we appreciate all you guys trying this out and coming and joining us tonight. This is awesome.
Woohoo!
So far, I don't have any errors showing up either. I'm ecstatic about that as a dev.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, that has got to be really, just what's the word I'm looking for? Validating, rewarding.
Yes.
A happy word.
I'll tell you what, Skillet does a good job keeping me honest. He's in RL, he's kind of my mentor at work, so he's helped me out and kind of taught me a lot of the things that I know. So I'll give him a lot of credit.
He's the wizard behind the curtain. All right,
yes.
So yeah,
I have to ask you a question here. Is search available in every room?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And
so
it
it's
increases
not necessarily a sign that I should do it.
And it increases your turn count.
Yes, it does take an action.
Right. So it takes you farther away from par. But the purpose of search in the future, we'll give you some alpha here, everyone. There is 1 trap inside the Forest Dungeon. And if you get hit by the trap, then it puts you into a random room. Is that right, Neindorf?
Yeah, it throws you somewhere. Yes.
Yeah. But if you click search, you can disarm the trap. So, it's the risk is on you. It's, do you search and try to find the trap and take the turn? Or do you go ahead and proceed to the next room hoping that there's no trap?
And I think
I am accepting any moksha runes for info. I know where the trap is.
Oh, that's great.
I love that. We encourage all bribery. This is Web3 gaming. And so we thought about this. This was a real crazy idea, and it's not at all in development. Neindorf's probably going to be like, why are you even bringing this up, Raph? Shut up.
Bring it on.
But do you, if you had Fog of War and a revealing map, could that map be an item that you could sell to someone? Because it's the Web3 space, if you've made it through a dungeon and someone wants to pay for your route through a dungeon, like, that would be a fun way for it to show up in game and in screen.
Yes.
Dang it, I left my map at work.
I'm dumb. I did a brutal attack when I meant to do a calculated attack, but I wouldn't have won anyway. Would have tied.
And as we talked about, sometimes a tie can be a win when you're placing these weaker enemies.
Yeah, no, I forgot to set the right thing. Darn. All right. So this, I had a nice 74 lined up. Gonna have to. Oh, he hit me with the reckless.
He zagged on you.
He really did. It's all right. Do I anticipate that they zag again, or will they zig?
It's pretty funny because this one's just kind of, Go ahead.
Yeah, give us the percentage on enemy choice here.
Yeah. That's a good point. We haven't brought that up yet. So yeah, the numbers that you're seeing at the bottom are the damages that the heroes and then on the other side the enemies will do if they win. Now, that's the damage. The selection is a random number based on this. It basically is the sum of the primary and growth of the two. Sorry, I'm mumbling a little bit here. The primary growth rates of the two stats for each style, which is kind of cool. So if you have a hero that's got high dex and high strength, those are what lead to brutal. That means it's probably also going to have high damage and a high likelihood of being chosen. Now, you could get a strange hero that's leveled up, good strength and good dex level ups, or been crystal leveled up, but doesn't have great growth rates. And so you can get some really misleading hero stats, and that kind of also plays into some of the randomness. And each enemy kind of has their own style.
Yeah, I like that, and that keeps it, a little on your toes. You can pick what is statistically probable, but that's where we love kind of characterizing the enemies and saying, they can zig and zag on you, and you don't always know for sure what they're going to pick. It'd be a walk in the park if you knew.
That's right.
Boy, you're coming in with some beefy boys here.
I see that. These got some high HP.
Well, yeah, this is the prestige worldwide. It's gotta be good. But the scarecrow got me. These rooms.
Yeah,
Oh, so this is a good trainer, right?
You touched his drum set.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
It will be hard for me to not make references the rest of the night. So we'll just.
The real question is, we're gonna do the wizard's brutal attack here. Yeah. Oh, green blub did the brutal. So these green blubs. See, this is you can't just assume that they're gonna follow their color.
Yeah.
It's fairly. You know what? Honestly, I struggled to kind of find some heroes here that obeyed the rules a little bit more closely. And that's something, as Raph and Skill and I are designing the configuration files that basically build all these dungeons. There's a lot of little detail that go into it. It's really kind of fun. You kind of the hard part is you got to name every enemy. And then this one, it's pretty obvious. We just call them by colors because this was our demo. But as we move forward, it's like it takes a fair amount of creativity. And I'll tell you what, I don't have a ton of that. I'll give that category over to Raph.
Well, I'll shout out Skillet because he's kind of like the idea man, and then he's like, "Hey, have you thought about doing this for the art or doing that?" And I'm like, "Okay, I'll give it a try. We'll see how well the AI art shows up." But that's been a fun learning experience for me, doing the AI art, and you'll find that you can see our style shift from what we built in the demo. To what you'll see in the Forest Challenge. And we're going to more of I'll call it cartoony style play. I feel like that complements the pixelated DFK style a lot better.
Oh man, you're getting wrecked here.
I know. This is what I anticipate though. This is how I do it. I'm just gonna stick with the reckless. Because if they hit me with a full calculated, there's no point trying to guess. That's just game over for me if that happens. So it's just a purely defensive posture. And it worked out.
That's a good strategy.
There it is.
You'll take the draw. You minimize the losses. Yeah.
So now is maybe a good time to maybe consider resting to recover some of that HP. Again, it takes a turn, but you see there you gain a fair amount.
And resting is based on vitality, right, Neindorf?
Yeah, it's kind of similar. It's I think so. I don't remember if your endurance figures into that one too. I can double check. I'm trying to take some notes here on these things that we mentioned. Make sure I have them in the FAQ page and whatnot. And also anybody out there who's playing or listening, if you see something you don't know the formula for or you want to understand it better, it's not documented, please let me know. As the designer of a lot of this with Raph, we forget what we know and what we don't.
Right.
Haven't told you.
Yeah, we don't Well, there's some things that there are some Easter eggs that we've hidden there. And maybe we'll even just give away like a regular size stone if someone can guess one of our Easter eggs
Sure.
that we've hidden today. We're not there. Yeah. So there are a few things that we're hiding that we're not going to tell, and it's not the secret room. That's not the Easter egg.
Ooh.
Ooh, boss blood. All right.
He's mean. He's got a
So-
lot of health.
All right, so one of these guys has a high calculated, the other one has a high brute. Okay, so now I got to put on my thinking cap here.
Yeah,
I got a
and keep
great
in mind,
reckless with my first hero.
yeah, you can do any order. You know, you have a lot of options here available to you.
I do. I think maybe I lead off with this guy, my berserker, who has the most health, and I throw him into a brute strength match with the boss blood and see what happens. Let's see it.
There you go.
Boom.
That's
Yep.
I mean
That
that
was
fit it to
the
your plan. Yeah.
expected. Yeah.
Wear him
3
down.
more of those.
Battle
Yeah.
of attrition.
All right, and so now I gotta hit the other one, right? I can't double up on the boss. That's something you mentioned within one turn at least.
Right. Yep. Yeah, you can see those are grayed out now because you're in the middle of the round.
Mhm.
Once either
Right.
team exhausts all of their units, then that's when the round is over. So you, as a 3-person team, you can choose who you're going to keep in reserve.
Oh, that was good. Support blood did what it
Perfect.
was expected. Oh, my heart was bracing a little bit. Not gonna lie. All right.
Yeah, you're on
And
stream.
Why are
then-
you so sweaty?
Oh, there you go.
so sweaty.
So we're watching Cops.
Oh, dude, the boss blood did a reckless. What a fool! What an absolute fool!
Oh, you waxed him.
Waxed in poetic. All right, and so then we'll just. This is a toughie. Do I think
All
he
right,
goes
I'm gonna-
calculated again? We're good.
I'm going to update our
Oh.
stats here and see what we've got. We definitely have results rolling in. So this is awesome. You guys are doing some work here, fighting some, well, blubs first, and then once you survive the blubs, onto some of the forest challenge units. I'll say we'll leave them up to. I don't want to give away any more. I mean, we've already played it on stream. I don't know what I'm hiding.
Lots of enemies.
All right, I'm going to start my forest challenge.
Yeah. Great. Let's
Oh,
do you
yeah.
wanna
Oh, bro, got to.
Oh, no,
you're
you
still-
lost
You're
one.
still on your phone, so I guess we
Double
can't have you
calculated.
screen share. But yeah,
Yeah.
walk us through how it's going as you're doing it.
Okay.
Neindorf, do you want to, while Delay's kind of narrating her walkthrough on the forest challenge, can you bring up on your screen can you share your screen with the leaderboard of what we're looking at? And this is
Let me see.
this is
Yeah, I
rough,
think I can
everyone.
do that.
We're gonna make this a lot more easily shareable in the future, where you can just go to a web page, and we'll show the leaderboard. Right now, it's Neindorf peering into the database.
Yeah, looking at our admin page on our site.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boss
All
defeated.
right.
True. 89%. All right. That's good.
Pretty good.
That's a
Oh.
solid score.
Especially because I bet most of that's because I lost that hero.
Yes, sir. So your turn count was solid. It had to do with 10% from the death.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would have been solid without that death. Oh, Vrelga. Not gonna last. Might have to go in the pit after that performance.
uh,
High
sacrificing
standards.
heroes.
We are ruthless over here. And so now, just for everyone, in case you're still on my screen, the forest challenge is now ungraded, as
Excellent.
we anticipated.
All right. So, Delay, walk us through. You're starting the forest challenge.
Okay, so things are different.
Oh,
Yeah.
East Fork. I don't remember ever being in an East Fork. Okay,
Oh.
I'm in the Erie Woods, and I am facing the Razorbacks.
Yes. We had to have
I've got-
a boar battle in there.
Of course, of course. I love the pets. They make me giggle every time, especially the angry fawn. But I have 3 teams saved, and this is my healthy hares. I decided to pick just my highest HP heroes, and then later realized that you didn't take your HP straight from
Oh
the
yeah,
hero
sorry.
HP.
That's
And I
right.
was like, oh, because of course I didn't read the directions. I have since read the white paper, and I know how it works now.
Good, good. Yeah, we're trying to make it at least understandable for everyone. So thank you for reading that, and hopefully it serves you well. As you know, what we try to do is like make the HP based on vitality, because it very easily conceptually goes with, people that have a high vitality are often going to be the ones that also have a high health score, and so we felt like that's a good way for people to not just get hosed as much as possible. We wanted to use the stats of the heroes, because we feel like that's how you get invested to these guys that you're building. Well, that and the good looks of the heroes, right, Delay?
Of course, that's the most important thing, is that they look good.
I
So
can
I
tell from
do
your
actually have
profile
better
picture.
heroes, but I can't use them because they're not attractive. So
I was
That's
looking through um, in the database who if anybody had saved teams, and it was pretty funny. I saw that you had saved some team names, and I was like, that seems very appropriate.
yeah. Yeah, I have 3 teams. One is called Pretties, one is called Cuties, and the other one is my Healthy Hairs that I'm using right now.
I
How
love
do you
healthy
keep these
hairs.
straight?
well, healthy
How do I keep
hairs.
them straight?
I mean, that's got to be all elite hairstyles and better, or
Or is that your
No, I have a lot of bun girls,
okay,
so
that's fair. That's fair.
um, yeah. Well, my best heroes are not my prettiest heroes, so you have to compromise a little bit.
It's a balancing act.
Exactly. Yes. My whole DFK experience is a balancing act between attractiveness and strong. It's
That's
hard.
that's good. So Neindorf, we're thinking about how to implement visuals in the future in story mode. Oh, you're fighting the Heichus here. I
These
see.
guys are all strong little rodents.
They're mean.
The brutal face is like there. That brutal attack is what?
Yeah, I love that you called them squirrels. That's fantastic.
I
So
just had to. It was the forest. I don't know.
yeah. So Neindorf,
No, it's good.
I gotta step aside and reload my tea here. Walk us
Sure.
through your ideas on how are we going to incorporate visuals, hero visuals, in the future in story mode.
Yeah, absolutely. So what you're playing in the combat demo is what we're calling our combat encounter. And so when you're not in that version, you're kind of in the adventure mode where you can rest and search. So we kind of have two modes. We have adventuring and we have an encounter. In the future, though, we're going to make more encounter styles. And one of them is going to be, I think what we're going to call it is more of a dialogue encounter. Basically where let's take an example. Let's say you're trying to convince someone to give you a secret or something like that. Now, what's it going to take to convince that person? Where now we have a rock paper scissors style. Well, we're going to keep that as the kind of the core of this game. Basically, you might have the ability to intimidate, to charm, or to persuade. So that's the rock paper and scissors that we're going to choose for this dialogue encounter. And we're also thinking of, well, what's it going to take? Right now, we're using the stat points, right, to determine brute, reckless, and stuff for combat. We're considering looking at some visual genetics as giving you bonuses in, say, charisma or persuasion, or maybe you have like those the evil looking horns that might give you a intimidation boost. So we're trying to get as much of the hero genetics into this game as we can, and it's honestly because I feel like we were like kind of the first people out there touting genetics and having the data parsed out for all you as our listeners. And we love the data. We want it all to be meaningful and all to be used. So
Yeah,
that's kind of the crux of that.
what better way to incorporate the visuals? Like it gives you almost like a pull to real life in a way.
Right.
Yeah, when you guys put visuals in your hero matching, that just really it changed my whole life. It made me spend a lot more Jewel, and it exploded my hero population. Thank you.
Nice.
We're hoping this kind of does the same thing for everyone. Everyone's just gets invested in the game, and we'll go through maybe the economics of this a little bit. Again, we're making our money off of the quarter you pay to play each game, and off of a small percentage amount that's allowed to us by the DFK team when people wager for raffle tickets. And I would say that's probably more of our opportunity to keep investing inside this. So kind of the shameless plug side of tonight, where we built this all because it was fun to build and because we love the game, and we believe in rising tide raises all ships, and we haven't made a dime on the game yet. Well, maybe with the credits that you've bought tonight.
Well,
But
so I was just gonna say you made a couple dimes,
couple
but that's
dimes,
about
yeah.
it. 'Cause I
That's
bought
about
100 credits.
that's
So Skillet was just bringing to my attention that someone had posted a picture of their victory on the main DFK Discord, which is pretty cool to see. I'll add, and he's like, "Woo! I made it through the forest, but I didn't find a final boss." And I was like, that's a great point. So I'll bring it up now here. The dungeon that you're playing now, the Forest Challenge, is a clear it style dungeon, meaning there's no boss. The reason for that is a boss in this game. If you kill a boss, it's an insta win, and so when you want to clear the whole, those two kind of don't fly together real well. So basically, what we want to have is that allows us to have some different styles of dungeons.
Oh,
So we're playing.
Get this alpha off screen.
Oh, geez, what do we got going on
Sticks
here?
Intern. Get moving.
Oh, I actually had a question. I had a question about it. There was a
Yeah.
luck check that I didn't realize was involved, so I was waiting to ask that. I'm sorry, I didn't even think about
No, that's fine.
the other
If
fact.
for those of you paying attention out there, we might have disarmed a trap. So sorry to
Well,
interrupt.
I was guessing in every single room. I did waste 2 turns in the 2 rooms before, so I hurt myself a little bit doing that.
All right, Neindorf, are you? Can you share your screen?
Well, I'm a little hesitant because it's
okay.
got like people's usernames. I was thinking about it,
Okay.
and I'm like, people choose their usernames, and sometimes it's just the same as their Discord name, but other times
Sometimes
it's
it's
even like
their real
email
life
addresses and things. So I probably can't. I mean, I can speak to it though. I can see ranges. Should I kind of say where I'm seeing the numbers fall?
Or maybe could you take a screenshot? Is it like on the left hand column by any chance? And like take a
Yeah,
screenshot,
actually,
and then like just with your screenshot image, we'll not show that, and then I'll put the screenshot up on.
that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll send you. What channel do you want me to send those to?
Put it in the podcast text channel here, and
Okay.
we have Sir Worm has joined us, another one of our beta testers. Welcome to the program, and hope you had a good dinner, Sir Worm.
I did. Thank you. Yeah, I was watching you guys go through the dungeons and stuff, and I'm like, okay, I gotta take.
Oh, that's
I gotta
fun.
take note. I gotta take.
That's fantastic. All right.
Hello,
so
sir.
on
Hey, how are you?
Neindorf, I
Good,
have
good.
this image up on screen. So we have the turn counts here, right?
There we go.
And then we have a red X means someone died fully.
Yeah. I probably cut off the header. Yeah, that's whether it was whether they were victorious or not.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a pretty good spread here. It's anybody who's played already. I see a 32. I'm thinking that might be our current leader.
Yeah.
Oh, a 31. I see a
30.
31 now. So I think 31's the current
That's awesome.
the current leader. So Sticks, the pressure's on.
You're 21 turns.
I don't
in,
think there's
so-
any way I'm getting it under 31 on this particular run, but I've got the credits, so I will be doing.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is a tester. This is a tester. I do got to put some more thought into my team because I really actually I think Delay has a really smart idea there with the health, focusing on the health since it's the stats are important,
Vitality.
right? Because
It's vitality. Health.
right. Okay,
Yeah.
vitality,
And
okay.
endurance.
Yeah, vitality.
So
and
pick my
endurance.
high vit heroes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's
Well,
I'm
there are some
I think
drawbacks
I'm
for
gonna go
sure.
through with that in mind. Yeah, but I spent way too many turns. I rested like when I only healed one hero, I realized after doing it.
Oh, Dax is a good question and maybe a suggestion. Neindorf, is there a history of what you've gotten? No.
Oh, of your own.
Yeah, there's not a play history for yourself right now, but that's a great idea.
No, yeah, and that I'll
Yeah,
take
I'd
a
love
note.
that.
I'll add that because that's kind of it's right along the lines of the leaderboard. It's just filtered on your user account. So yep, I will get that added here over the next day or so, hopefully.
Finally got through the blubs.
And then Travis George having login problems. DM Neindorf as we're
Yeah,
going
absolutely.
along, and we'll get you logged in. We can get your password reset.
Yeah, feel free. And people are pretty responsive on our channels here. I try to look at it pretty consistently. So yep, either DM or even just fire it into any of our ADFK Discord channels.
So, Sir Worm, what has stuck out to you as you've played the beta version as well?
How dumb it can make me feel.
Uh,
Like, I always, it always came a point in time where sometimes you feel like you're pushing a button. It's like the program is reading what I'm pushing because I'm always doing the wrong move. I go like, but no, it's simplistically addictive.
Good. That's what we're going for.
Awesome. That's great for us to hear because that's exactly kind of what we were hoping for.
So I will admit, like Delay, I did not read and still haven't read the white paper. So, there was a lot that I didn't know that would probably would have helped me out. And go like, oh, okay, yeah. It's like, yeah, because when I watched your stream with what's the jazz hand then with
Yeah.
ALP, and I go like, oh, I started learning a lot of things that I didn't know before.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's kind of, I mean, that's how I would do it too. So, I mean, we had to build a white paper because some people will read ahead. But we also wanted to build make some podcasts so you could catch up. Okay, 41 turns, not bad. And you were searching around there for a while.
Oh yeah. I definitely did not pay attention to the map or which zones I hadn't gone to yet. So I definitely I could have saved myself many turns there if I had been a bit more strategic about zone coverage.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't. I was like,
You were,
wait, where's the one
you
where
were
I have
man
to
to
kill
man,
someone?
huh?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So on the map, it is the same map that you're playing in for the forest challenge. Now you start in a different room every time. But for those of you who really want to go above and beyond and get extra credit points at home, you could actually draw out the map. And it will have the same pathing every time for the forest challenge. And so, yeah, like I said, if you want extra credit and really want to go above and beyond and try to get that top score, I bet we'll have some users out there that try to optimize their path that way for speed runs.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm a teacher, and I did that yesterday on my lunch hour.
That's awesome.
But I left it at work.
Oh.
Extra credit.
So you weren't kidding when you said you left your map at work.
No, I was not.
Oh,
And then
boy.
you renamed the paths. That threw me off, but now I know where I am.
Oops. Yeah, that was Skillet was reminding me. So we have some plant UML diagrams that we use to render and draw up what they look like while we're kind of designing them. And I had forgotten to rename them. And there's a specific way in the configurations where we put the names in. and I had it screwed up. And he reminded me, he's like, "Hey, are you gonna fix the names before launch?" And I was like, "Oh, I probably should do that." So
Yeah, that is helpful.
I just noticed. I refreshed my page here. We had 4 more results roll in, and I see it looks like our winner is down to 30 turns. So
Oh man, that's
it's
awesome.
it's ratcheting up, and I'll see if this person's in chat. They can. I don't want to give it away. I thought maybe they were listening earlier. Yeah, if you're in there, which I think you are, go ahead and shout it out. Whoever it was that got 30. I don't want to give it away. It's like it's kind of like HIPAA for software.
Yeah. I guess once we do the giveaways tonight, we'll have to put the names into the wheel of names somehow. So,
And that's probably
yeah.
okay. You know, we can
All
get
the names are
name.
together, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Of those people, we will when we have a trimmed set that's not everybody.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get her down to, and we can find their actual Discord name.
Yeah.
Oh, there it was. He
Oh.
posted it.
Yeah, Smell Green Giant, love it.
That was a good run.
MGG, always coming in clutch.
Yeah,
Wow, 30. That's impressive.
very impressive.
It's impressive.
Yeah, we'll see.
Neindorf, do we have 20 Neindorf, do we have 20 unique players?
I'll get back to you. I'll start counting them up.
All right, we got to see if we've hit our threshold for giving away a greater stone. And that is again courtesy of the DFK team.
I mean, we're gonna give it away. I see that.
Okay.
I just looked at the data. There's 22 active games right now. One of them's mine that I forgot about. So ignoring me, there's still over 20 active games. So
that's
yeah,
awesome.
we're there.
And I'm not active right now, so that means you have +1 there.
There you have it. Yep.
Nice.
So we've met our threshold. So yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. So we're gonna give away a greater fortune stone. We have an hour left that we're gonna have on the stream here tonight to do the rest of the high scores. And as we're kind of going through this, one thing that I wanted to throw out there for our esteemed panelists and then even our YouTube listeners out there, we had a nice bounty of item rewards that the DeFi Kingdoms team has supplied us with as their kind of version of support for the game. And so we're planning or trying to come up with some ideas on how do we give these out. We have, I'll just say, a few greater stones, a lot of greater crystals, a lot of regular crystals, and a lot of regular stones. And so we want to build these in-game, make some item chests, and make that pretty fun. So we've been thinking about, having different chest tiers inside the game. And so like you could get like a mythic chest. And wanted to know what you guys think about this. And, ultimately in the future, we hope to create a sustainable ecosystem where we don't have to rely on Dad's allowance money, aka Bolon, in order for this to work. But at the same time, we wanted to create some, juicy incentives for people to really try this out and have fun. So let's talk about that, and then we'll talk about maybe item burning next. If you see on the right-hand side, there's a section of the screen that says inventory and quest items, and I know Neindorf's excited to share some alpha there. So
yeah, absolutely.
Let's talk about mythic chests first. Maybe Neindorf, you give kind of your ideas of what we've been thinking about, and then we'll ask the team, the panelists here, what their ideas are.
Yeah, that's right. So we, it's kind of a balance, right? We have some of these big items, but there's not very many of them, so they need to be difficult. But we don't want to just have like zero. We don't want it to be like finding a moksha, right? I mean, it's got to be a little easier than that.
Right.
But
that's really hard.
It is hard, yeah. So what I'd heard, again, our idea guy, Skillet, I think he's played a fair amount of Destiny, and he said that there is a bad luck modifier in that game. And so again, we were spitballing today, and we had this idea where the whole community, for say we have a season, right? Or I don't know, whatever it is, a week or whatever, the durations, we'll have to figure all that out. But maybe it's the community. Every time people pass through a dungeon and don't hit that mythic chest, the quote unquote bad luck might go up. And so you get more likely to find it the more people that play and don't find it. So we've got some of these kind of crazy ideas where, and then once you get a mythic drop, then the rate falls back down and it kind of sawtooths up and down like that. So we're kind of trying to find some fun ways to reward people for playing in sort of that regard. But what we have in mind for the items themselves are, we had a good chat with Bolon the other night when we were kind of talking through the release of this, and we'd love to be able to take some of these items that perhaps you see in game, or maybe we can show them over here on our inventory tab. You could maybe get them dropped in game. And we want to be able to drop those as like airdrops to you all for playing. And I think there's a lot of directions that we're contemplating taking that. So I'm hesitant to say too much, but what I will say is we love the concept of you being able to find a health vial in a chest. And you're then allowed to either use it in game, or if you don't use it and you beat the dungeon, it'll show up in your inventory.
Take it back out with you back to the DeFi Kingdoms game proper.
That's right.
And then likewise, if you can bring potions into the game. And so the great thing about potions is they won't take a rest turn. And so, you're resting to regain your health, where you could just drop a potion, and we're thinking that might have a similar value to resting, or you could drop a greater vial, and that has an even, bigger impact. And so it saves you the turn count. And so what we're hoping to do is, create this ultimate PvE ecosystem like we're all familiar with in games, where it's you actually are incentivized to want to bring these potions into game, and then if you do, you have a higher likelihood of getting a better score, and then a highly likelihood of earning a mythic chest, and then have a higher likelihood of earning one of those big juicy rewards like a greater stone out there, which I know are highly coveted at the moment. So let's go to go ahead, Neindorf.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, in like sticking with the whole health vial idea too, that's something that right now you can only rest when you're adventuring. You can't rest when you're actually in combat. But that health vial, you'll be able to, is our idea at least, you'll be able to use that in an encounter to maybe save that hero from dying. And if you use it, we don't plan to just like keep it in our wallet. We actually, if you use one, we'd love to be able to just burn it. That way we're helping contribute to the larger DFK ecosystem in that way too.
Yeah. I
love us.
That idea.
Look at the raffles, right? We love burning things. That's a good segue. You want to maybe
go to gold raffles? Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me pull that up here.
About to get killed by the squirrels.
Oh no.
I was able to bring my score down by 4 rounds.
Nice.
You got to do that. You got to rest.
So while I'm bringing up the raffles, esteemed panelist, anyone have ideas on what they would like to see for chests or drop rates, or how have you seen game economics go in video games in the past?
Well, I mean, I think your ideas are already really solid. It's hard to top the idea of just like a really small chance for this chest to appear, especially if in anything related to a boss battle, and especially the harder the boss battle is. That's always good to have that be the kind of thing that people are grinding for. I also think if you do implement a leaderboard thing, I mean, you could have some sort of set time period for like the top of the leaderboard after. Whatever time period you set, like some, starting now to then, can get, the top 5 get these things, and it's like maybe number 1 gets like one of those greater stones, and 2 through 5 get maybe a greater crystal or the regular stones, one of those kinds of ideas.
I like that,
and that might be too much though. But I like since you have this kind of idea of a leaderboard with the round order, I think that works well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we thought
absolutely.
about doing something, like that, where it's like a leaderboard for a season, where it's like, and it could be a shorter season period, like a week or 2 weeks in time. Fight Club was kind of going down this direction right before we lost steam, where you would track your leaderboards for a relatively medium length of time. I was joking with Bull on yesterday that crypto time is not like real people time. Like an
That's
hour
true.
feels like a month, and a day feels like a year. So a week feels like a
Yep.
decade. And so like just doing
Like a week.
a week worth of time, that would be a long period. But while we say we have a bountiful war chest, it's still very limited in terms of
You would get burned pretty quick if you did week leaderboards.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah, I'll say that.
We're hoping that it might take us to the end of the year, and between now and then we have a lot of holidays, which is a great excuse for us Americans that like to party during our holidays. And we're thinking about creating some dungeons for, well, not thinking, we will be creating a Halloween based dungeon. And so the forest dungeon that you're doing now is going to be refreshed when we get to Halloween. So not that far away, guys. We're going to do another stream dedicated to that Halloween dungeon, and that'll be the first time it drops. No one will have seen it yet. We're going to do a turkey trot for Thanksgiving, and we're going to do a a Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah themed dungeon, winter celebration dungeon around the turn of the year as well. So we got a lot of new dungeons in the works. If any of you caught the last AI After Dark, I was actually creating some art for the Halloween dungeon. So if you want to check that out, it's
Dude, that
I think
art is awesome.
Sticks
I'm
Intern
loving
is
it.
like my only subscriber to AI After Dark.
Huge fan. But I've missed this. I have to shamefully admit that I've missed this last episode. I need to go back. But I am generally a huge fan.
All right, so Nindorf,
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Delay. Do you have ideas or suggestions on chess giveaways?
No, I was just thinking about the Halloween
Oh, good.
version of the forest challenge. I mean, this is really scary forest to begin with. I can't even imagine what kind of terror is going to await for the Halloween forest challenge.
Yeah.
I just lost, by the way.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, my plan is from kind of thematically is we're going to go from, you start in the first room and it's the afternoon for Halloween, and then you go into twilight, and then you go into midnight after that, and then there might it might even get a little scarier. We gotta decide. So yeah, trying to make it kind of feel intense for our users and pull them in. Sir Worm, I know you like getting immersed in content. What are your thoughts on holiday based dungeons? Anything that you're plugging for your favorite holiday?
Well, I'm assuming it will be fighting the deer or the stags at the Christmas, and then
well done.
At the big end, I guess would be, either the emerald or the, if you want to stick with the color theme. But yeah, fighting deer all along the way, that would be great. I think that'd be funny. All the different kinds, because there's tons of different.
Skillet wants me to create an evil Santa Claus.
That's what I was trying to think. What could act as the evil Santa Claus, but I couldn't think of a monster.
We're really sad there's no turkey pet.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. Is there a pumpkin? There's not a pumpkin pet either.
Maybe the giant buck.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
And then you could have a goose for Christmas dinner, like kill him and then get to eat him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get the golden goose.
And for this forest challenge, we're starting out, right? This is like number one, right? So we wanted to stick with the basic, pet as enemies. There's some pretty awesome looking enemies that could be pets, but we want to keep those for some of that more, you know, future seasons where, you know, maybe we're into some really crazy dungeons. So keeping the simple ones in use for now.
Yeah. All right, so Neindorf, I have the gold burning page up on screen here. And we are still minting, I say, because we're all in this together, 500,000 gold on Crystal Veil per hour.
Yep. So basically,
we're doing
our
part to take that down, and
we're trying. Yeah,
Sir Worm, you were one of our raffle winners, right?
I was the first winner. Yeah,
that's right.
It was, and I immediately started using it, cracking eggs, so it did get burned. So
it made its way there. It just took the detour.
Yeah, it took a different path, but it got there.
Nice. Yeah, you can see here there's 1.1 million gold in the pot. Half of that goes to the winner, and then if you expand below, there's another 1,000 tiers out there in this raffle, and there's only 1,200, almost not quite 1,300 entries. So, you know, it's 100 gold per entry. So you can get a lot of entries in and give yourself a pretty good chance. And this closes less than 24 hours from now. So get your get your entries in, everyone.
Yeah, for sure. I will drop a link to this in chat for those of you who are interested in raffling.
Yeah, I have to send some in. I have to donate another. I think I donated here a while back, but I should donate another one.
Kupo saying this game is addictive. I'm loving it. Thank you, Kupo. That is awesome.
It is addictive.
Dag saying I suck at rock paper scissors. I'm sorry, Dag.
Well, so my strategy lately, actually, just for my last round, has been to, I got these high brute characters, and a lot of the enemies are high brute. I've just been matching up. Because I figure that way I have, either way I have 2 opportunities to do damage. But if I'm matching up on their big one, I could do damage to them with my brute if they're also brute, or if they trick me and go for a reckless, then it still gets them. But I don't know. I've been enjoying matching up on their biggest stat just directly. Come on, let's go. Let's both take the damage.
Let's see who has more health. Yeah. Let's see who blinks first.
Right, as Neindorf says, a tie is a win.
It is. Exactly. Yeah, honestly, a lot of times it is.
Well, and that was what I noticed with that strategy. The drawback for the high HP heroes is that you have these big brutes, but then you don't have any calculated. So if you're trying to beat them with calculated, they're doing 15 damage, and that just takes forever.
Yeah, exactly. One thing that I keep noticing is when we stream, for everyone else play the sprite sheets, they play double speed. And I cannot figure that out because whenever I play, it's the same speed that the pet is on the hero on their card. So you see how they're going super speed?
Yeah. I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, dig it. But if that's an accident, then it's a happy accident.
It is, and I have no idea why, because it doesn't do that for me. So I'm like, I'm just baffled by that one.
If I knew anything about how these tools, these machines I use actually work, I could offer an opinion, but I really don't.
All right, let's see here. I'm gonna do a refresh here and see what.
And we'll bring up the. Let me bring back up Discord.
Let me refresh some pages. It's starting to be a lot of tabs here.
Yeah, and we're still going strong with 23 viewers. So anyone, I saw Christian Peter, KP, welcome. Excited to have you. And anyone else who's just joined recently, quick reminder: we have about 45 minutes left on the event we're calling it tonight, and so we hit our 20-person threshold. Fistful of Dollars is asking, where's the leaderboard? I am sharing it as Neindorf shares it with me, so I'll bring it up on screen here in just a moment once Neindorf brings the next set of pages. And it's rough here. The leaderboard is the undeveloped part of this, so we're just sharing kind of screenshots of how many turn counts people have had.
So right now it looks like it's fallen to the lowest score is now 28.
Oh my goodness! And
so the score to beat is 28.
Can you say, is it a Discord name? Can you say who it is?
Yeah. Oh, he already posted it. I
Oh,
scrolled up a little bit.
okay, excellent. That is
Ben
super.
Forrest with 28 in the eyes.
Nice, nice. I think Ben Force is actually at work right now. So well done. You get a -1 to that score too. All right, joking aside. Okay, so I was going to say, catching everyone up. If you're new and joining, we hit our 20-person threshold tonight. So if you complete a dungeon, we're gonna put you into a raffle for earning a greater stone. So that's our big item giveaway. I have 3 Gen 1 10 out of 10s that I'll be summoning tonight as well and putting into the Wheel of Names. And we have site time that we're giving out, and then also credits to play more at Adventures Arcade. So hopefully these are some exciting prizes for you. And then next week we're going to be doing effectively this stream again. We might have to make some changes to the Forest Challenge to make it harder, based on the scores that we're seeing right now. And now that people know all the tricks and tips, and we're going to be doing this again. And if we can get up to, like something like 30 contestants, we'll probably give something away like 2 greater stones in the mix, as well as Gen 1s and other heroes. Anyone who wants to donate to this, we're accepting all donations to support this, to go back to the users. Thank you in advance.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head out so that I can go concentrate on the dungeon. I've got to beat those squirrels.
That's
and evidently can't
enough.
multitask.
Fair enough.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay. Nighty night.
Yeah.
So, all right. I'll keep scanning and let you guys know. I assume now that if anybody's playing and they get a score below 28, that they'll probably post it. But if not, I'll keep you guys up to date.
Yeah. All right. So
No, yeah.
Go ahead.
I definitely have it paused playing just because I'm setting up my whiteboard on my other computer. That's definitely not why I've paused playing. I'm definitely not going to make a list of all the zones that have enemies in them. Not going to do that. Or make a list of the connections. Not doing that either.
Hey, go ahead, do it, and you know what? Post it, and then we'll just rewire it tomorrow.
No, I know. This is why it's awesome. I'm not doing it for anyone else. I'm doing it for my own sake because MGG, he's got me by now I'm beaten by 6 now because I got to 34 on my last run. But it's time to get maybe a little serious here about these prizes.
All right, Sir Worm, if you want to take us through, you can do a screen share on Discord, and we can watch you as well if you're interested.
Watch me find it. Let's see.
People would love to see it, Worm. I just have a feeling.
Watch you do the worm.
Let's see. I'm sure I'm sharing the right screen.
All right, so raffle tickets. We haven't had a chance to talk about this a lot. Neindorf, I'm going to actually bring that up on screen. Our raffle ticket giveaway. While I'm looking to bring that image up on screen, we worked with the team on this. This is something that they were, I feel, quite fair when it came to what they were willing to supply us. So kind of walk us through how that process went and what we were shooting for with the raffle tickets.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a really good, honestly, it was a good dialogue with the DFK team, and they worked with us really well, and they had a really good rate. We could basically, as we've mentioned, get effectively the same payout rate in our game if you score 100%, as you would get if you won half of your duels. and that was in war, correct?
That's correct.
Right. So you know, if you get 100% in our dungeon, you're actually probably getting a little better rate than what you would be if you were soloing it, say. So they were really generous in order to give us these rates. And I think that what that does for us then is that, basically motivates us to make this challenging and to make it so that, it's enjoyable. And it feels like you're getting good use of these heroes and you're seeing them and you're feeling like they're making an impact on what you're doing. So I actually love it. I think I'm really grateful to the rate that they gave us. It helps, us kind of helps us come up with more ways, and we can use some of that to give giveaways and rewards and things like that in the future. So I'm super stoked about it.
And hopefully our people out there feel like it helps you too. Like there's also like the way that we're setting this up is you can wager more than you can wager inside the duels as well. So if you're someone who's looking to maximize their time and their efficiency with the crystal to raffle ticket payout, and you're getting used to the dungeon, you feel like you're doing a good job at it, you can wager 1,000 crystal, and that will get you 83,000 tickets. So that can go a really long ways to trying to win raffles, where then you can get those stones, you can get those crystals or those eggs, those things that you want to continue to feed your DFK habit, as we'll call it.
Yeah, and I think that's a great concept. And if that's the way that a person wants to play, I mean, that's great. I think in our method of, I would say, maybe tempering that a little bit, because it can be a pretty big gamble if you're wagering that much, But we've talked about these loot ideas, right? And how we're going to have rewards. And I think that's kind of our way of saying, we want you to come back and continue to play. And then you have opportunities for more than just what you're winning in raffle tickets. We have these other things that we want to be able to reward our players too. So I think what we're trying to do is we're trying to give a good system that's, it has some balance in DFK's eyes too, right? We don't want to just be printing tickets. We want it to be fun and enjoyable and a challenge. And we also, we want to provide the story. And we haven't touched much on that tonight. And that's probably a story for a different podcast. But yeah, I'm really excited on some of the ideas we have to get our story mode fleshed out too.
Right. All right, just messaging YouTube here. Are there still raffles at the castle after the duel season ends? Fistful of dollars? Yes, there are. And
they keep going at the same rate.
And you will find that people run out of raffle tickets. And so we might have timed this to launch our game when season 4 was ending. And so, yes, this is absolutely the perfect time for you to earn raffle tickets. This is something that we noticed in Fight Club because we had raffle tickets available then. And that was a great opportunity to help our community members go win some raffles, go get those big items.
Sir Worm, your wolf enemies are absolutely flying.
It's just
that tail. Dude, that's like 4.
Yeah,
fantastic.
They're kicking my butt.
Why are they going so fast? This is fantastic.
Do you have multiple tabs that have the game open or something like that?
I have multiple tabs of ADFK open, but not Adventures Arcade.
Dang, I'm gonna have to. This is hilarious.
This is super. I wasn't expecting to
No, this is added value for streamers. IMO.
I wasn't even paying attention. I'm like,
I just saw it and I can't not see it.
Yeah, now I can't look away. Like it's.
Oh gosh, honestly, I'll admit. That's so far. I'm looking at logs here. I've got no error reports for anything.
We need to add the Serendale Forager to the image screen here.
Just let him boogie.
Get him going real fast.
Yeah. Some fun for those of you out there who remember the Serendale Forager.
Oh, man.
Yeah, 28's holding strong.
Cartoon
Just
Fed
refreshed,
saying,
FYI.
Green Wolf drinking Bolon's Mountain Dew. Yes. That is
Oh,
awesome.
this is cool. Yeah. And as always, we did ask for people to submit site suggestions, a while back now, and we've had a lot of great inputs. I will say we've been distracted by this game a little bit, but don't, no worries. We'll get back to those suggestion boxes here in the near future. And then always keep posting them. And likewise now include feedback for this game in there too.
Yes. Thank you in advance for the feedback. Man, those bugs.
Yeah, it's kind of been something we've always pushed is, we made ADFK because we wanted it and because we thought it was useful. But then it's like, wait, other people are finding it useful. So we've always kind of been that way. Like if you want something, the only way you're going to get it is ask.
Yeah. These blubs.
They're jumping. They're hopping. Oh man.
Yeah. Drinking the witch's brew inside that haunted cabin.
Yeah, that cabin, yeah, it looks a little eerie. I think,
That's where we got the kind of the idea. I think I made the haunted cabin first, and then after that I was like, hey, this haunted style kind of looks good, and then I sent to you guys the haunted tree, and then you guys were like, oh, that is good. But then Skillet was like, but not for this forest challenge. Too scary for the forest challenge. And so then that's when we started cooking up the idea of doing the haunted corn maze. So yeah, you'll start in the farmyard, and then it gets scary as you go along.
well, and I would say too, we've talked with a lot of other people, and your Gen 1s, my Gen 1s, other players, some of our game testers Gen 1s have played. And so we want to keep it, kid friendly too, because this is so simplistic that my 9-year-old likes to play it, and I will run ideas past her. And didn't you say that you had something like that happen too?
Yeah, I have been incorporating my 9-year-old into this too. He's he's full of ideas. He's kind of like me in that way, kind of like his mom in that way too. Actually, on my desk right now, I have he wants to create a room called the Barkwood, and then also a swamp. So this is it's been fun to incorporate the Gen 1s at home and let them play as well, and that's been cool. Oh, I see.
Yeah. So
the Beeve is in chat. The Beeve.
oh, he dropped by, did he? Oh yeah.
Sorry if you
So the
showed up
Beeve
earlier.
is convinced.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry. No, I was just gonna say the Beeve is convinced that there's an Easter egg related to him in here. He's convinced. He's been bragging about it in Mythic Squad chat all day.
Okay. Well, it is not the Easter egg that we're talking about. That we would do a special giveaway for. But yeah, I could let me bring some stuff up on screen. I'll share. I do have, there is a Beeve related Easter egg. It's near and dear to my heart.
Oh man, he is stoked.
And I'll be honest. I extended this offer because
This is a good story.
he reached out and he's like, hey, doesn't one of you ADFK guys really like Clanskys? And he had a Clansky that was really super powerful. And I was like, yeah, that's Skillet. He loves Clansky. And Neindorf and I at this point, like, Skillet had been working like for free for us. Well, not that we actually make very much money anyways on this, but like Skillet had been putting in all these hours, and I was like, hey, Neindorf, wouldn't this be cool if we got this Clansky for Skillet? And so it was a ninja, I think with Giant Slayer, a rare ninja with Giant Slayer, and I was like, hey, can I buy this off you? And Beef, of course, is like, oh yeah, great deal for fam. And I was like, hey, and I will throw in a free NPC. And so up here on screen, I have
Oh, gosh.
created the Beeve NPC, which will show up in story mode probably as soon as the next. So we have, intro 0 right now. So season 1, or the next chapter, excuse me. The Beeve will show up in the story mode. So I hope you like
Oh, that's
this.
great.
He's been using this as a profile pic and stuff for a while, which I told him, like, it's yours, man. I love it. So the Beeve is going to be this character that, of course, he's going to be tied to pets. You're going to run into him, and I don't know if he's going to give you eggs or whatnot. We have lots of ideas of how you can use pets in story mode in the future. Actually, like Neindorf, one of our ideas is we'd love for you to be able to bring eggs into a dungeon and then hatch that egg in a dungeon, and then the pet that you hatch, you can complete the dungeon with, as almost like a fourth character to your roster, that would, boost your defense or boost your attack stats based on how much it contributes, what its 2-star is, or what its star rating for combat is. So we got lots of ideas. The Beeve character, I'm really excited for him.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I have to comment. Even the fingers look good on that one. Finally, the AI is starting to figure out the fingers.
Yeah. Oh, this one I toiled over it for quite some time. Yeah, so
It's awesome. It is awesome.
Yeah, it was Stable Diffusion was confused when I said beaver humanoid.
No, I've gone through similar issues. I'm trying to get a bloater man. It doesn't work.
Right. You have to really start out with some content. So yeah, should I share the other NPC that I created? Well, I mean, right now he's not an NPC yet, but he might be soon.
Sure, why not? Let me double check.
I don't know how we're gonna fit. I don't know how we're gonna fit this character into our theme. But this character was part of our thumbnail here for today. So, Chief Executive Intern at Law.
That's so good.
No.
I was dying when I read that thumbnail text because it was the second time that I saw it. The first time I was like, retweet, comment, good. I've done my part to help other people see this. And then I saw it again and I'm like, oh, wait a second. I should have read this. This is funny as shit.
Chief Executive Intern, Attorney at Law. So, yeah, it's been fun. AI art, I don't know. I'm glad you're a good sport. Beeve's been a good sport about this. I'm excited. Yeah, again, I don't know how we'll sneak, a character wearing a suit into the GCU here. You need to come up with an alternative profile picture for, what is the CEO of the fantasy age?
You know what? I will noodle on this, and I'm sure I'll have some ideas.
CEO Intern,
but I will think about it. Yeah. I could picture someone running a fishing conglomerate, just shipping, receiving, and receiving, importer, exporter for the Seinfeld fans in the.
Oh yes,
I love that. So
looks
yeah,
like Ben Force got another 28, so he's pushing the limits here.
Oh man, that is crazy.
I'm down to 33 is my best. Every time I have one round where one fight, I should say, where it's just like, God, you guys just won't do the things I need you to do. You're hitting that 1 and 3 over and over and over.
Yep. And then there's a smattering of, 33s, 32s, 31s, 30s. So this is good. I'm glad we're seeing. It's not just Ben Force that's got this figured out.
And the alpha might be related to, I don't know if Ben Force is using, well, actually we haven't told him anything. I know we haven't shared this alpha with anyone, but there is something about some heroes that will serve them well on
this true
mission. So that's
because not all heroes are created equal, right?
That's right. So I should stop talking at this point in time.
That was way too cryptic.
It might be related
Perfect
to that.
level of.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, reckless. Go ahead, recklessly speculate on this. I would say I need a screenshot to say that you've got it. You'll see something special happen on screen
Maybe that
when you
box
get to
on the bottom right.
yeah, you'll when you get to the Easter egg. You should know it. It'll be a significant part of combat. Oh, can't say anymore. All right, so we are closing in on now about 23 minutes left. Neindorf, we need to start thinking about how we're going to compile this into an Excel list that you can send me, or a list you can send me, so I can dump the names into the wheel of names.
Yep.
And I think what I would do is I would just take maybe each unique entry and multiply it by the score percentage.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start working that.
And then then we'll sum that up. And if anyone has less than one, we'll just round up to one.
Sounds
So I
Which
good.
is
have
pretty
a-
much
a
like
logistics.
if you play once, you get one entry.
Nice.
Yeah,
I have a
logistic
logistics question.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, so how are these raffle tickets delivered to the
Oh,
players?
great question.
Is it like a claim
Ooh.
button or is it just auto?
Yeah, so when you are registering your wallets, the basically your primary wallet is like the first one you enter, and it's not super obvious. I'll take a note to make a note of which one in your wallet or in your account is the primary one. But yeah, we will auto basically buy the raffle tickets for you, and it goes right into your primary wallet.
Very cool. That's very nice. Like as an end user, I can't be upset about that at all. That's like ideal. So that's awesome to hear.
Yeah, because they are soul bound, and so it's the way that they've helped us, develop kind of the contract. It goes directly to the end user, so it's stuck. It's stuck with that primary address.
Can you switch your
Right,
primary?
and that's no problem.
Yeah, so I heard that was a good question there, Sir Worm. At the moment, it's kind of like the first one in wins, but you can remove wallets and re-add them. And so, yeah, I'll work that because it hasn't mattered really in the past what your primary wallet was until now. So
Right.
I'll take a note to basically have an assign primary button.
Mellow Green Giant said dark hatching. I'm scanning through chat, which I assume he was guessing at what the Beeve NPC character could do, and I can't lie, I like that. So
That's great.
burn two pets, which you kind of get that already with the pets, but that's neat. I like that. All right, so we got 20 minutes left on the dot. So if you haven't gotten your entry in, get it in now. Get those extra raffle tickets. That's a great way to support us and support yourself as we are ending season 4 today. So those raffles are gonna dry up in a hurry, and you could go win yourself some hefty loot while we're in the off season here. I'm going to grab another tea here, guys. Our esteemed panelists are both streamers in their own right. So why don't I give you guys a chance to plug what you guys have going on, what you've been working on, and working towards, what streams are coming up next. Sir Worm, why don't you go first, and then Styx, you go after Sir Worm.
Well, mine's gonna be short and sweet. Like I've been trying. I want to do my first live show. Originally, I was going to do it tomorrow, but with ALP, it's not working out. So I think I have to postpone until next week, just because of IRL work going on. So, fortunately, but yeah, look for my first live stream next week. And I'm hoping on it I'll be doing some I'm gonna try to line up some dread summons, and
Oh, yeah.
my promise is if I hit a dread summon, I'll save one at the end that I'll give away. If I hit, then I will give. Yeah. If I
Yeah.
don't hit it, I will keep it. I will give something else away. I'd probably do it like a sage or a dragoon summon to give away.
There you go.
Okay. I was gonna say, I mean, I gotta do more giveaways like that. I promise you, less than 10% chance you guys get anything. Come out.
But yeah, I would. Yeah, I would replace it. Yeah, with a different summon.
That's because you're a good guy. I'm just gonna take the idea as I had it and roll with that. I am not doing anything nearly as exciting as a Dread Knight giveaway on my upcoming streams, but I will be doing office hours tomorrow at my usual time and place, which is here on YouTube at 7 o'clock Pacific time, which is 10 o'clock annoying time. I'm sorry. It's annoying for all of you. Not that your time is annoying. It's annoying for all of you to deal with 10 o'clock at night, my East Coast friends. And aside from that, I will also have the second occurrence of the Bloats and Beeves spaces. It will be this Saturday morning for me at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is within a big giant range that I got from Caracat for potential good times for European fans, or at least for him,
Oh,
I should
nice.
say. So yeah, so I'm hoping for 10 a.m. That might get a good turnout, and for those Twitter spaces, for those who are wary or unfamiliar, it's pretty much just like this, right? You have a group of people who are up on stage speaking. The thing that I like about it compared to a normal stream is that I could, really call. Or if someone in the audience has a question, they can like request to speak, and we can just bring them right up on stage and get the chat going. And I think it's a really good way to give people in the DFK community who aren't taking the time to run the streams because they don't they got other things to do or whatever, but they want to still have their opinions heard by the people who are up on screen all the time, and maybe I just voice them more broadly to the community in general. I think it's a good platform for everyone, really, and it's a good way to identify new up and comers in the community. So that's why I wanted to start these spaces, and that's my goal. So I strongly encourage anyone to come out and if you want to talk, hit that request button, and I will be very generous and eager to bring you up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I still remember the first time that I got called on stage on an AMA when they're still letting people come on stage and ask questions. And I was eating lunch. I was at home, and this was what their AMA time was like over the lunch hour for Central Time, United States. I was eating lunch, and I had like raised my hand. They called me on stage, and I was like mid bite of food, and I like choked out my question. I was like, I have a question. And I was like so embarrassed afterwards. Like we had just started podcasting too, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I sounded like an idiot. So I love that you're giving people a chance to, bring up their questions, little low stakes format. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the goal at least. Last time it was good. We had like a turnout of I think it was 10 concurrent viewers at most at one point, or listeners, I should say, and I think 12 different people or so joined in and out. So it was kind of bad timing just before Sergeant's stream, and Friday nights. I like to assume that people aside from me do leave their households on Friday night, hopefully. So maybe that's why part of the reason for switching it up.
Yeah.
All right, question for you, Raph. What do you want me to count up? Just the forest challenges?
Yeah, let's just count Force Challenge. I think that's.
Are we counting any game played, or do you got to win? How do we want to do this? I think any game.
Yeah, that sounds fair for starters.
It's early, right? It's early in this game's life. All right, I'm still compiling, and the list is still growing, so we'll keep it rolling while people are playing.
I guess, do you see a score on a game that you fail? A score
Yes.
percentage still?
No.
Okay, so let's score it as like a failure as like a 0.1% or something. Because then I was thinking you would take every entry times the percentage, and that you would always round up to, well, And
Yeah,
then
we'll
sum those up. Would that be easy to do? And then Sir
I don't have
Worm,
a good
if Sir Worm gets
screen
like
for that.
5.8, we would just round up, and then we would enter his name 6 times into.
Yeah, I don't have a good. I'm trying to think. I could deploy a change real quick to add that column. I don't have a column for the score on the view I'm looking at without
Oh,
clicking on
okay.
every single one.
Well, we could just do every entry, every game played. Then is just
That's
an entry.
kind of what I'm
Yeah,
thinking
let's just
too.
do that.
Just as a thanks for playing.
Yeah, that's easier.
And obviously we're still tracking who's got the lowest score here. So we'll keep that um, in mind for our big winner.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe we'll give the big winner 10 extra entries. Does that seem fair?
Yeah,
28.
I think
I
so.
just got a 28, baby.
Ooh. So
Uh-oh.
that's a tie.
It seems to still be a tie. Yes.
Wow. Oh, I'm just really glad to have made it. Kupo, take that with your 32. I told you I was coming for you. Got a 28.
Three Wolves is getting a operation timed out error, query timed out. Where are you seeing that
Oh,
error? Three Wolves.
oh yeah, I just had a report roll in here.
So we're on it.
Yep, I got a breadcrumb here. I can go pull. Is it he'll have to maybe DM me if it's stuck. Um we can reset it. Otherwise, I'm not sure tonight if we'll have time to dig in.
All right.
All right. Well, that's kind of to be expected. I was expecting something. I was shocked that we had zero issues up until this point. So we almost made it through unscathed.
Almost. All right, so we got about 10 minutes left, and for you to close out your game entries, and then
Oh, I should
Nindorf will
exit the game now.
compile that list, and we will add up the entries and do our giveaway.
I just gotta say, guys, I am super excited about it. Having gotten my hands on it now in the PvE environment, I could just, spam rounds out, and even without the reward of raffle tickets. But with that, I anticipate I will be on this website a lot going forward, especially in my streams. So I wanted to thank you for making life easier for your fellow content creators by making such good content yourselves.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Absolutely. It makes, and that's the kind of stuff that makes the effort worth it, right? It's at the end of the day, this is kind of a fun learning thing. Like as we said when we kind of kick this off, and we're having a heck of a time doing it.
I'm so glad you did.
All right, we
Yep.
got some more rolling in here. Still 28, still the score to beat everybody. Looks like we got quite a few active games left in the hopper here. Some of them have stalled out where people have created them an hour and a half ago or so, and that's the other thing we haven't mentioned yet either. Oh, maybe we did. Yeah, your games basically last forever. You can stop at any moment, close the site. It's all there. You can resume it whenever you want.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that's for us, and I talked about this a little bit on ALP's podcast the other night. Shout out ALP. Um, with having Gen 1s at home, we try to still be gamers as we can, but the pause button is like infinitely more useful now that we need to attend to little creatures. And so, yeah, that's a great ad, Neindorf.
Even as a non, an unused Gen Zero myself, I have a strong appreciation for the pause button. So yeah, I can only imagine how much you guys have it. But Neindorf, I hate to do this to you. I got something to call out.
What do you got?
It's story mode. My teams don't show up in
Yeah,
the choose team.
so the tutorial is a single hero
Oh,
only. See how you
perfect.
got your
Okay.
non-applicables there? So
I
that
see. That's
isn't
what I get for
super
not reading
obvious.
all of it.
Yeah, and
And okay, it
I'll
makes sense
I
though.
got to figure out how to make that more obvious too. So yeah, we'll put some text and something in there to help you understand because I agree that's kind of gotten me too.
And should we
I
create
will
a
just say, as your average. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was wondering, like, should we create the ability to like create story mode teams too? Because like that would still be it'd be easier to pick a name than it would be remembering that hero ID. You know?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we could consider that. Right now it's just a global team. I guess we could kind of scope them if we wanted to, or we could just you can make n number of teams that have the same hero in it also, so you're not
Oh,
restricted in that regard.
oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I would just think if you have like a one hero team that defaults to story mode, right? I don't know. That's the one way I'm thinking of it.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
there you go.
Or
actually, Nindorf, that is a good idea, Sticks. But talk through our ideas on one or two hero teams.
Right. So I'm trying to remember
We're not.
which idea.
Well, like the
You give
idea
me a
that
little lead in.
we've been thinking that if you bring two heroes to the dungeon, that it increases your par score. So
It it does.
you have the chance to do better if you have two really strong heroes. And then if you have one super strong hero, then you also have an increased par value even greater.
Right. So that's true. I haven't been checking uh, to see if people have been using less heroes. That's actually a good point. I haven't been looking at the database deeper to see if people have been using less than three to get better scores. That is definitely an option. Um, well, it'll give you a better score rather. It won't change your par necessarily. Okay, or your turn count. So
True.
there's a kind of a distinction there, I guess. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of places we could take that. We got Oh, I mean, there's a fair amount of 28s. Yeah, there's Ben Force is hitting it hard. You got another 28. So I think that might be the score I don't know if we're gonna get a better one yet tonight.
I wonder what's the mathematical maximum? Well, I guess or minimum. You'd have to kind of compare what the health value could be to the attack value. Like what's the
yeah, because
minimum turns you could take?
the regular blubs, the regular heroes you can kill in one shot, but
Yeah.
the other ones it probably takes two or three. And there's a couple of those. And then there's like five to seven the rooms that you have to walk through. Yeah, I'm sure there's definitely a minimum you can't get below. We got to be approaching that.
All right, we have 5 minutes left. So, Neindorf, are you ready to export
So
this?
I can give you do you have uh, a tab that you can kind of maybe do some Excel wizardry on all these rows?
Yes, I will do that.
Oh,
Should
okay,
we?
I am not as good at Excel as I am at some other things.
Yeah, I'll try to do that. Let me bring up Discord again, and then I will
I
create.
will
Do you
I'll
want to?
save
You
an
want to?
Excel file and drop it into our chat, just our DM chat, and then that way
Okay.
you can see what it'll look like.
Sounds good. Let's wait. Let's wait like 2 more minutes or three. We'll wait the full 4 minutes, and then
Sure.
we'll do it. So
Sounds good.
playing story mode. I see here.
I did have to load it up, but I'm just still stumped by what rhymes with the broad edge of a sword and lives under a beetle. Hmm.
I forgot about that. I haven't played through this one in a
I
while.
tried. I'm glad you like that. I tried to make some fun dialogue here. So
Yeah, I'm liking it so far. I did like the gas fees reference as well that Sergeant Rivera had. That made me laugh.
that's
Uh,
good. That's good.
No, I'm actually really impressed by so I mean even just this demo of the story mode, the tutorial version of it, because it's like you guys very clearly have I mean I see Raph the effort that you put into this AI art. It's very cool,
Well, thank
and
you.
like I'm really I'm looking forward to watching the story mode expand out over time as you know collect those quarters in the arcade.
Yeah. Yeah, we're excited. I mean, we have ideas for like chapters 1 through 10 on season 1 and then seasons 1 through 5. Like so we're starting to it's starting to get kind of far along in terms of like what it could be in the future. So yeah, we're trying to build for the long run. Yeah, so I'll see if you pick up on any of the text here, the NPC text here. Not
Yeah.
in this room.
It looks like we've got quite a few active games out there. So if anybody's trying to finish one up, you got a few minutes left. Let's get them finished up.
Oh, thank you, Morpheus.
Yes, you got it. I love it.
Yes.
I needed our trainer to be Morpheus.
I like it a lot. It's funny. Yeah, okay. Nice. This is everything that you have told us on this
Yeah.
stream.
Yeah. Yes it is.
So I'm as I look at the database, I can see a couple of entries that are rolling in that were failures, and the turns are relatively low. So I can tell that people have been pushing to try to survive it, which is really fun.
I love that. That's funny. There's no rests. Yeah, I mean, it
Yep.
makes sense, right? If you're trying to do it, you just got to live on the edge a little bit if you want to get
Yeah.
that marginal turnout.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
I was not lying. The reason I got 28 is because I did on my whiteboard write down the paths and I was able to be like, all right, I gotta go here next, here next, here next. Got it. Boom, 28. Mission
hmm
accomplished.
That's it. That's still holding strong.
Oh, Wowie's
Oh,
here. All
whoa.
right, Wowie, welcome to the stream.
We got
Excited
the
to have you.
Wowie.
Whoa,
Uh,
maybe
what's going on?
I saw another score roll in.
No. Did
Ooh,
we beat it? Did we beat
It
it?
can't be.
All right. We'll set up some
Ben
suspense
Forrest, if
here.
you're still listening, you gotta post your score.
Oh man.
He's gotta, I don't want to give it away. I want to see him, brushing some off his shoulders here.
He's really
it must have been by a bit.
doing hard. He's doing hard work. Doing hard work at work tonight.
You motivated him.
Yeah. Okay. So Wowie, we are doing a stream. And we actually just ended now. 10:30. Ben Force sneaking in. And Fistful of Dollars asking, do all three heroes need to be 100%? No. They just need to, or excuse me, yes, all three heroes need to. Sorry, I misread your question. All three heroes do need to survive in order to get a 100%. Each hero dead sacrifices 10% off your score.
Right. And we're basically just gonna look at people for tonight's giveaways. We're just gonna look at basically games played.
Just games played, like entries for this. So,
Yep.
Wowie, this is the release of our ADFK PvE, and so we are inviting people to do our Forest Space Challenge. We are going to be giving out a greater fortune stone tonight, as well as site time and credits to continue playing, and we'll also be giving out 3 Gen 1 10 out of 10. So we're hoping this will be a lot of fun. Wow. 24. That is
24.
Ben Force. 24.
24?
Wow. What an ace.
24. That is good. That's just, with authority is what we say when you score a goal like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a 20 set. Yeah, like we just skipped a couple.
Yeah. He just.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm glad we have him in our guild. Let's just put it that way.
All right. All right, Nine Door.
Everything squad's shaking.
I think that's. Let me double check. All right, so we've called it now, right?
Yeah, we'll call it.
I'm gonna see. I think. Yep. Okay, I got all the entries in. I'm gonna save this spreadsheet and send it to you. It's not prettiest, but there's columns that you can use.
That'll do.
Uh, let's see
Stop
here.
trying to defeat the dummy and defeat the dummy. I'm sorry, you really hit me on the head.
I'm glad you enjoyed this part. Yes.
Oh yeah. I love little Easter eggs like that, and like The Matrix is one of the few movies I've seen like a bunch of times.
A
So
gajillion,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm just the perfect person to have here for those two in particular so far.
Yeah, he will have to keep integrating new characters for some of our other favorite movies.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But yeah,
Okay.
as soon as we made Sergeant Bavaria, we're like, he has to come back in future chapters and seasons. Like, he's going to be a mainstay.
All right,
Love
I
it.
just uploaded that Excel file for you, so now we'll have to stall for time as you get a few minutes to chunk on that.
All right.
All right, so let's see here. I want to double check how many. I was just going to give our, listeners an idea. I think it looks like we went through between the tutorials, the combat demos, and the forest challenges. It looks like we went through about 120 games tonight, I think, played. So that's pretty cool. That's I'm I'm impressed. We got a lot of throughput. We had some questions pop up about how things work. We had a couple minor issues. I got a bunch of good notes here, so I'll have to get back into the lab here over the next few days and try to get some of these cleaned up, and we'll keep making this better and better.
Now, this list, it's only Forest Challenge, right? Not a
Yes,
demo?
I only did the
Oh,
Forest Challenge
okay.
ones.
Well, man, this is actually really easy. I don't have to do anything because all I have to do is grab the names.
I think so. And then the counts for each name.
Well, no. If I just paste the names
Oh.
in as a list in Wheel of Names.
Yeah. And I was looking at these names too, and they're actually not. I don't think any of these are emails or anything. So I think we're actually probably okay.
Okay. So yeah, 83 entries. I think I have this up on screen right now. For those of you, watching on YouTube at home. Yeah, so we are going to, for Ben Force, we are going to add in 10 Ben Forces since he got the best score. So, 1, 2.
Oh, the highest score wasn't the best score?
Yep, he had the lowest score at a successful.
I was going about it all wrong.
I'm one of those golf players. I play 2 rounds for the price of 1 because I typically double par.
Well, we could. I mean, I don't really want to change. We didn't really have super set rules, I guess, did we, on this? We probably could have been a little more explicit, I suppose.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to do first spin here because then what we will do is we will remove all entries of that user that wins from subsequent wins. And so in fairness to Ben Force here, we'll go for the Fortune Stone first. And so this is a greater Fortune Stone that is available to our users tonight. So I am clicking spin now. All right. Excited. All right. We got Sealy Play. Good job, Sealy Play. All right, so thanks for playing. Sealy Play, you'll have to...
Ellie Play. It's Ellie.
It's C-L-E.
Oh, C-L-E Play. Okay, Ellie, you won. Sorry.
Ellie,
yeah. So watch me butcher names here.
No, I did that exact thing like 3 or 4 times. No judgment.
That's awesome. All right, Ellie, I saw you in chat for a long time tonight. So awesome. Congratulations. Thanks for playing. You get a greater Fortune Stone. Here's the deal. You gotta stream it when you use it. So
we'll strings are attached.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so remove all instances of Ellie. Done. All right, so next we are going to give away my first hero that I'm going to summon here. All right, so I'm summoning, and they are in some order that the bot does, and so I can't tell you which one you're getting, but we will show the hero, and then we will spin the wheel. All right, so there is a chance for an advanced ability. I will give you that much. Paladin. All right, so this was my knight and my warrior, both DR1s. Paladin with no advanced abilities, but a Gen 1 Paladin, uncommon. So this is this will sell for a decent number of crystal for sure. So
Yeah, there you go.
Let's go ahead and spin this wheel again.
Those are cheap summons too. Those Gen 1
Yeah.
advanced.
All right, and Kupo. Well done. You've won the Paladin. Excellent. All right.
Thanks. Congrats.
Kupo, DM me and I will send you this Paladin.
Oh yeah, and that's right, Ellie too. You can send me a DM with what address you want that delivered to. That'll probably be the simplest way.
All right, hero number 2. This is either my wizard, my warrior thief pair or my archer pair. So, okay, this is the warrior thief pair. They also have the chance for an advanced ability or 2. Actually, 3 advanced abilities is the total maximum. Rare warrior knight, that's pretty darn good.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And
fire.
we missed on the abilities. Okay, but rare warrior 10 out of 10. That's worth something. So that will go to. Let's spin.
Spin it again.
And we got Fistful of Dollars. DM me. Alright, removing all instances of Fistful of Dollars. And summoning the last guy. This is my archer pair. So you are most likely going to get a pure archer. DR1 archer. And there is also the chance for 3 advanced abilities on this mutation. So hopefully you get some leaderships in here, which is what this archer can do. Support archer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got a seer. Okay.
Interesting.
A seer. And we got a daze. So you got an advanced ability on the uncommon seer. All right. That's super.
And gardening, I think that fits pretty well.
Yeah. All right, so we're spinning, and this is Tune Fed. All right, congratulations.
Yes.
Did we have any other? What were the other giveaways? Do you remember?
We're gonna do. I gotta pull it up on stream. We were going to go look at the.
Do we have any other items we were going to do? Because I know we had some site.
No other items tonight. We will.
Do you think we should do any extra items?
Sure. What do you want to do?
I mean, I feel like this went pretty well. I'm pretty excited and pretty jazzed that we had such a good turnout. I feel like we should
a regular
stone
or a greater crystal. Greater crystal.
I think yeah.
All right. Let's do
one of those
crystal.
two.
Oh yeah, let's do a greater crystal. Well, you're right. Let's have fun with this. Let's stick with the luck theme. So we're spinning for a greater crystal, and then we'll do a regular stone after that. Yeah, you're right. This is fun.
Let's keep it going. There's a lot of names on this. We gotta get
Eric Sear, you get a greater crystal, greater fortune crystal. Awesome. Well done. All right. So DM Neindorf.
Yep.
All right, then let's spin this again. This is a regular stone. We'll do a regular fortune stone. And we got a Ben Force here. Good job, Ben Force.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, great idea. All right, now we're doing 5 1-month site time passes. And so this will add site time to your account. And so we got to do this 5 times. Neindorf, get ready to write this down.
Oh man. Well, there's a recording.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back.
Yeah. All right. Delay.
I'm trying.
Delay, you got one of them. Awesome job. Running out of users here. All right, we got Slip Bobber for 2.
Right.
Congratulations, Slip Bobber. Ooh, Rubio for 3. Congratulations.
All right.
We got Freak for 4.
Got it.
And looks like a Sir Worm for 5. Well done, Sir Worm. All right, now we got to do the credits with what's left, and we are going to do 10 of those. Is that right? Or how many did I have?
I mean, at this point, we could probably just give. How many names do we got left? We could just. Well, let's do 10
Yeah.
and see what we're left with.
That's right. All right. Callan Gag for 1. Skillet, you do not get to earn credits first. Oh no.
It does look. Oh, that's sad. No,
Oh, it's back.
Oh, it's back.
It's back. Okay.
There was a
Dags-
glitch in the matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dags, you are 2.
Yep.
Oh, turd burglar. All right,
Gentlemen,
good job,
I have
Skillet.
I have to bail a little early here. Just
Well,
yeah,
you just
before you finish the
just
job.
won.
This has been
Yeah,
fun.
no
Oh, I
worries.
did.
Yeah, thank you. And
I,
you got 10
good.
free
I
credits.
need that extra site time.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Credits.
I'm gonna use them
credits.
all.
Yeah, 10 credits.
Even like honestly, even better, in my opinion. Like I'm gonna burn through those. Thank you again very much for having me. I'm gonna
thank
go
you.
have dinner with my my co-summoner.
Awesome.
Talk to you later.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot. We appreciate having you.
iOS code for 4. And then you're right, we're gonna run out of names. We got D Balls 222
There's
for 5. Wow, we're giving away everything.
good.
So we're hitting every single person on the list tonight. That is awesome. Endron LV. So you get site time, and then Turd Burglar and Ren Pence. And so everyone else gets site time too. We'll spin it just for fun because I
Why not?
I
Let's see
needed
it
to
go down
land
the
on
map.
Turd Burglar. He'll be last. Clove. All right. You get site. You get credits.
All right.
And then we got Ren Pen. Yes, we have last, but not certainly not least.
Uh,
Oh, make me laugh.
that couldn't have
here.
worked. There's no way that
That's
came out in that
fantastic.
order.
That's how we end the night. All right, very good. So we have successfully
Exactly
given
10.
away
That's perfect.
everyone has won something. We've given away a greater stone. We've given away a greater crystal, a regular stone, a whole boatload of site time, and a boatload of credits to play the game, and 3 10 out of 10. Well, 2 10 out of 10s and 1 5 out of 5.
All right.
All right. Well, Sir Worm, thank you for joining us. Sticks Intern,
Thanks for having me.
thank you for joining us. Delay, thank you for joining us. Yeah, Sir Worm, where can we catch you and when can we catch you next? Did you share that earlier?
Next week, I don't know what time, when the DFK, what in the DFK is this? But I'll be doing my first live stream, I believe. I'm going to try to aim for next Tuesday, so a week from today.
Excellent. All right, so tune in to Sir Worm. Neindorf, thank you for joining. Thank you for developing. And for all of our faithful
My
YouTube
pleasure.
listeners out there, the biggest thanks to you. So we do this because of you guys. I just looked at chat and Delay says turd sandwich. If there,
That's priceless.
Because TuneFed said if there's 2 turd burglars left on the wheel, is that a sandwich, Yes, you guys are cracking me up. Eric saying children exclamation point. Yes, I have no rebuttal for that. Yes, I am incredibly childish. This is how we do this. Kupo saying thanks for the beautiful demo of your amazing game. Happy to help. The Beeve, great stream. Thank you everyone out there. We really appreciate you tuning in, playing. Glad you like this, and love you guys. Have a good night, and don't forget, we are going to do this in approximately a week from now, and we're going to give away even more greater stones. So we will soon be releasing what that package looks like of all the giveaways that we'll be doing. We'll do Gen 0 or Gen 1s again, Gen 0 summons. So thank you very much, and this is Raph signing out.